What's up, Maximaniacs? Welcome back to the Maximaniacs Jets show today. So today we have a couple topics to talk about for the week. You know, this is the Jets breaking news of the week. So today we're going to talk about a couple topics. So we have the Jets firing OC Tanner Engstrand, the Jets hiring defensive coordinator Brian Duker, and some other Jets breaking news of the week right now. So we got 102 subscribers on the Max Maniac Jets show. The goal is we're trying to get 500 subscribers by the end of February. So all the Maximaniacs who are not subscribe to the channel Maximaniac Jets show. So here are some takeaways we're going to be talking about today. So the first off, in breaking Jets news, the Jets recently fired offensive coordinator Tanner Engstrand. In my opinion, I think this is a terrible move. In my opinion, really, it was a terrible move. I mean, I didn't think Engstrand was that bad of a coordinator. Like you were limited with your quarterback play. You know, Aaron Glenn was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get rid of Aaron Rodgers, $30 million," and you signed Justin Fields to a $30 million contract. Terrible move. It was the worst move I've ever seen. Justin Fields is a low level quarterback, below average. Tyrod Taylor was a mid quarterback at best. You know, he was better than Fields, and then Brady Cook was unplayable. Tanner Engstrand was ranked third in the National Football League for receivers open. Just the quarterbacks couldn't hit the receivers open. So it was a terrible move. So honestly, it was embarrassing. And I just think it's a bad move. Like you're really gonna think Frank Reich's gonna turn around. Maybe in 2010 it was a good move, but currently as it stands right now, I just think it's a terrible move. It's like, do you really think Frank Reich at 64 years old is gonna fix his Jets offense? I don't think so. It's not really that great of a move, in my opinion, and then the Jets are hiring 5 offensive coordinator positions. So they're interviewing Darrell Bevell right now, and they're interviewing low level names because you know why? Because no one wants to work for Aaron Glenn because right now Aaron Glenn's on the hot seat, and for the bootlickers like Richie New York Jets Live, like what has he done well as a head coach? Like no wonder why we have low level assistants because no one wants to work for Aaron Glenn. Even, you know, the reports that we're trying to get John Gruden, and he told Jets, no, you know why? Because Gruden is established. You know, he wouldn't want to work with this head coach. You know, he's terrible. But Boomtown 89ers says, but he has a lot of experience, Max. Okay, at quarterbacks, but I mean, if I was Tanner, you know, I think it was a good move because you know what? Imagine being demoted your first year, but it just shows how clueless he is. You don't discuss this 3 weeks later, like. Probably Aaron Glenn was in Cancun and stuff. Like, you know, it's like you don't do it. I mean, if you want to understand if you want to make changes, but you had to make changes right away. You don't make changes 3 weeks later in the offseason. It just shows Aaron Glenn's really clueless. And then other breaking Jets news. Storm Brockett says, "Hey Max," and then Storm Rocket says, "How are you?" I'm good. I'm good, Storm Rocket. Had a great day. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I had someone over in my apartment. I'm in this thing called Nolman. So my wingman was over today. So I let my wingman. We were just talking about Christ, you know. Thunder Beast entered the studio. What's up, Thunder Beast?
¿Qué pasa? How are you, Migo?
I'm good. I'm good, Thunder Beast. What's up with you?
I'm just in bed, laying here on my back because I've had a hard, long days of trying to get things out of my way. I'm going to the suburbs tomorrow.
What are you doing in the suburbs, Beast?
I got business. I got business to attend to. Like every businessman has to do. It's called a job is a job, and business is business.
So
and let me address the several things here. Aaron Glenn is not a great coach lately. He has become a epitome of a bum. I've seen bums way worse than what I've seen in my recent years while living up in New York, New Jersey, and Philly. I mean, I've seen it all. And let me just say this: Aaron Glenn should be pumping gas in Jersey somewhere because the guy can't cut it. He's boring. He's not getting it done. And I'm gonna tell you, if he hires a bunch of jackasses, you know what you might as well start doing? Might as well collect a lot of bags because you're gonna need them, and you might as well put on every bag. We really suck. In big font, we really suck.
Beast, we honestly do suck. And, and what do you think of the Moose firing Tanner Engstrand? What do you think of the Moose, Beast?
Well, I thought it was a dumb move. I even said, "What the hell are you doing? Why? Why? What are you, stupid?" I mean, okay, you're keeping this guy, but what are you gonna do now? You're gonna bring in a former Bills bum, Frank Wright? Oh, come on! Come on! You're gonna hire this underrated jamoke, the schmuck? What? Why? Why?
I so agree with you. Why did I
Why?
64-year OC?
It's horrible. Come on. I've done some dumb things in my life. Let me tell you something what I did a long time ago. At age 9, I made a bologna sandwich with ketchup.
Good story, Beast. Honestly.
It was the horriblest thing I ever done. I learned that lesson.
Oh man, Beast, tell me the story about you having 16 shots of Jack Daniels. Share it on the show, because that story when he posted on that Jake Asman show was hilarious. Because honestly, you were probably more. Because honestly, Aaron Glenn's more fucked up with one beer than you with 16 shots of Jack Daniels.
Yeah, I know, but this is embarrassing. I mean, my God, where it's like, I mean, I did 20 shots when I graduated, but this guy is. I don't know what you could do. If you put Aaron Glenn in the department store, he wouldn't even know a steak from a chicken, or even a pack of pork chops from pork chicken cutlets. That's the embarrassing part.
That's true, Bates.
That's sad. I mean, this is so sad. I've been watching this team for 28 years, and I don't know what the hell else I could say, but it's sad. It's like you want to cry. It's like, my God. It's like, how much more pain can you take? How many more slams you're going to take? I mean, I've been slammed all my life. I've had my knees broken. I've had toes busted, nails busted, separated shoulder, ear infection. Oh, let's see. Let's see. A baseball ricochet off my nose, blood everywhere. I still got up. Hit by a bus, still got up. Am I still walking? Yeah. I'm still walking. I'm walking at least. You know why I'm still walking? I'm old, but I can still go the distance. And I'll tell you something. I'm 10 times smarter than Aaron Glenn when it comes to football. I've learned this since I was a little kid. You know, let me tell you something. Since I was 7 years old, I've learned a lot of things in my life. I played football on Super Nintendo. I played on Sega. I played Sega CD and 64 football, PlayStation football, and I still got the touch. I got the Midas touch. And it's gold, baby. Gold. See, I don't carry a credit card anymore. You know why? Because thanks to society, everything's a mess now. That's why I got myself one of them prepaid MasterCards. That's called Up Here. You don't know how to play the game? Get your cards, get off the table, and cash them in.
This is 100% true, Beast. Because honestly, why would you hire Frank Reich, 64-year-old OC? At least Tanner Engstrand shows some creativity on offense. Honestly, Beast. Why would you?
Because Aaron Glenn doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
That's true.
Let me just say this. Why are you relying on old when you should be relying on the youth?
That's true. I mean, you'd rather get coaches with no balls than coaches who actually have balls. And then, you know what? They should spend the money getting the ice basin, honestly, Beast.
Well, I've been bitching for the last year and a half to get those ice baths because they should be installing those and putting them in the locker room. That's for emergency reasons. Another emergency reason what they need to do is go get those ice things. It's like the gel. You get them at Dollar Tree. You can get them for $1.25. Get at least about 60 of them. Put them in the emergency locker room. This will also help because this is another form of put some ice on those arms in case you get pain. I know this because I've experienced pain, and I'll tell you what pain feels like. You're going to feel it in 20 more years. I'm going to tell you right now, wait till you get to be my age. You're going to feel it. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to like that feeling. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm only telling you this because I've experienced pain. You'll get there. Just wait 20 years. Just wait.
What do you think of the defensive coordinator search? What do you think of the Jets hiring that defensive coordinator? Honestly, what are your thoughts on that, Beast?
What the hell? Who the hell is this schmuck? Who is this? Where did he hire this Gumanji? Where did he hire him from?
I don't know.
Did he come out of the woodwork? Did he come out of the ghetto? Where did he come from?
You know, honestly, Beast, Brian Duker. Probably, I've never heard this name before, but honestly, why would you even hire someone you don't know? He was, on their list like 2 weeks ago, and he's like, Beast, that's actually.
You got over millions and millions of dudes out there, and you cannot hire a single certain, man that can do a job, and you hire this underrated chamoke? What are you, stupid? Come on. I mean, you can do better than this. I mean, geez Louise. Bill Parcells hired the best men when Bill Parcells left New England and he came back to New York. He brought his guys with him. He brought Bill Belichick with him. Knowing me, I don't like Belichick. I can't stand him as far as you could throw him because of his, his whole Super Bowl entourage. I can't stand the poor loser. The guy's a wimp. And I'm not gonna take nothing away from him because of his, of his work with all the other teams he's worked with. That's fine and dandy. But what the problem is, Aaron Glenn doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, come on. I mean, how many idiots can we hire? I mean, how many dummies have we seen? Oh, I've seen plenty of dummies. And I'll tell you, it's like the old saying: one dummy comes in, the next dummy goes out. It's like playing a game of Crash Dummies. And I'm going to tell you something. I used to play that video game a hell of a lot. The Incredible Crash Dummies. You've never heard of the game, have you?
I've never heard that game, Crash Dummies? I've never heard that game, Beast.
Look it up on Google when you get time on your hands. Go look it up. You'll love how the game is. It's funny. It's pretty funny, but it's stupid in its own kind of a way. It's a little stupid but funny. And the thing with Crash Dummies, you'll get an understanding of how crazy it looks. But I'm gonna tell you something: if Aaron Glenn does not shape his head up or get his head out of his ass, he's gonna be finding himself at the unemployment line, maybe in October, because you don't know when it's coming. You don't know where it's going to come. You don't know when it's going to be coming. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I would do this whole effing team from top to bottom, I would strip the whole team right now. I'd start at $3 billion right now and do everything from top to bottom. I would cut all the solid boys out except for one. And the one I want, Will McDonald, is the only guy I liked. Everybody else.
You don't want Garrett Wilson? You don't want Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson I will keep. For several reasons. The kid is good, but I am going to get going right now because I got to go to the bank tomorrow. I got bills to go pay. I will talk to you next time there, Chief. See you soon.
Thunder Beast. Ladies and gentlemen, Thunder Beast on the line. Get a lot of good Thunder Beast, a lot of good points. Most iconic Jake Esmond caller. We got to probably get him on the raffle, But Beast had a lot of good points. Why we're gonna hire Frank Reich as an OC or Bevel as names? Like when he could have just kept Engstrand, shows he's clueless. And then really for the defensive corner, the Jets DC search. I mean honestly, if I was gonna grade on Brian Duker, I would have graded him as an I, as stands for or U, which stands for unknown. Like we don't know. He's worked. I mean, if you guys. Brian Duker is really an unknown name. Okay, he's maybe worked with Aaron Glenn. I mean, he's a young defensive coordinator. But look at his defensive. Let's see. Look at these defensive rankings, honestly. Like let's look at his defensive ranking. Look, he's worked at Towson as a student assistant, Bryant as a graduate assistant, Missouri as a graduate assistant, Missouri defensive quality control, defensive intern. Okay, he's coached under Glenn. Stanford as a defensive analyst, 2016. Defensive staff assistant, defensive analyst, Detroit Lions, defensive assistant, safeties coach, and then he was defensive backs coach, secondary coach, and passing coordinator, and as a defensive coordinator. But really, I think the only reason Duker was really hired is because, as I don't because he has ties to Aaron Glenn back in his Detroit days. But really, the Dolphins' defense under Duker and Weaver have been terrible. But honestly, we will break down the Dolphins' defense on the show as well. We're gonna break down Duker, see how bad. Let's see how uninspired. It's an unknown, but we're gonna break it down as well. But honestly, Gator McCluskey Rule says Geese make time. No, I'm not tired. Come on, Gator. We're gonna be breaking down that Dolphins defense. Like we're breaking it down right now. Let's see what they do wrong. We're gonna break it down right now. Honestly, we're gonna get the defensive line. Oh man, let's see. Oh man, let's see. Let me look at the deep dive for. Oh man, but let's see how bad the defense. They only play good against certain opponents, but honestly, they don't look that good. But honestly, we need a lot of players. That was a great call. Eli Betts is great call. Bees agreed. Max Solomon Beast is guys is awesome. You know why? Because I'm always on that Jake Asden show. But Brian Duker is great and unknown. He was a safety coach. But look at the corners in Miami. He was terrible, honestly. He was. Eli Betts says, Max, how far away are the Jets from competing for these playoffs? He's very far. We need a lot of positions, Eli Betts. We need a corner. We need a wide receiver too. We need a safety. We need a defensive end, whether it's Reese in the draft. But really, it's very bad, Eli. Very bad today. It's just horrible, honestly. Robbie Beasley says Beastie Boy sucks ass. Come on. He's good. I mean, he could probably be my raffle thing, but honestly, let's see what Beast is doing. He was criticizing him at dinner, Robbie. Very bad. But honestly, Robbie, if you want to call in, call on in. Like, come on, I pinned the StreamYard. Let's see. Oscar the Grouch, Max. What does Aaron Glenn do well? Nothing. And honestly, Oscar, if you want to think what Aaron Glenn does well, the only good thing Aaron Glenn's good at is the salsa dancing. Honestly, the only good thing he's good at is really the salsa dancing. He can't even hire a defensive coordinator. Brian Duker, let's see. I mean, Wilkes' scheme was really aggressive. I mean, but really being over aggressive. I mean, okay, the only good thing is young. But honestly, with Duker as a defensive coordinator, really, is like who? Honestly, I think Aaron Glenn's. My prediction is I think Aaron Glenn's going to call the defense. Honestly, because I don't know, I don't think he's really shown me anything as like a coordinator, Duker. But they're still the Jets are still in the interview process. But let's say let's see. Honestly, it's bad. And then there's some rumors of the Jets. That we might get Kirk Cousins. I don't think it's a bad rumor per se. Like, let's see. And then Gangrene Nations. So what does he think? So Connor Hughes on his article says he said the Howard Duker's bit of a surprise from the front runners winning Martindale, which is true. Max, if you're AG, how do you save your job? What do you target for agency? What's your draft strategy? So if I was Aaron Glenn, Eli, if I was Aaron Glenn, this is what I would do. And how would I save my job? So I have to coach my guys up better, with penalties, I wouldn't be doubling down, Aaron Glenn, I should be like flip-flopping, in April after Quinn says it was a rebuild. Aaron Glenn said, oh, we're here to win now. And then this summer, he was talking about with Will McDonald with the coaching. He was like, "Oh, it's coaching, man. It's coaching." We're talking about the ball rush from Will McDonald. And then he was like, we're making team fan proud. So don't walk back from these statements. And then who do I target in free agency? Let's see who's on the market. But honestly, but we're looking up the free agents right now. But we're just looking up some NFL free agents. But there are a lot of free agents on the market. We have Pickens. George Pickens is on the market. Daniel Jones, Jalen Phillips, Tyler Linderbaum's on the market. Alec Pierce is on the market. So I think Alec Pierce can be a very good wide receiver 2 option. And then Breece, I don't know, it's crazy. On the CBS, there's a Breece Hall is on the list, which really, you think Breece, maybe unless he leaves, but I don't think Breece Hall. He's going to get franchise tag with the Jets, you know. Oscar the Grouch says, Max, who are your top 3 free agents? They want to come to the Jets. Couple good options, you know, Oscar. Couple good options. So my first option is Alec Pierce. He could be very good wide receiver 2. I don't think George Pickens is going to come, but he could be good. And then Jalen Watson can come. There is a trade, Kenneth Walker on the free agency on the CBS list, but I don't think it's really a good option. I don't know. And then John Franklin Myers can be another good one. He wasn't that bad as a Jets. People are like, oh, he was a bad player. I didn't think. But honestly, Eli Betts, why don't you want Alec Pierce? He's a good wide receiver too. He was a good wide receiver. He's a good wide receiver too to complement Garrett. And then my third option is really a tight end. I think we do need a linebacker and stuff, but I think linebacker, you know, we can get Reese in the draft. We can get Arvell Reese. We could get Bain. There's a lot of really good options. We can get Sonny Styles. But there's a lot of really good options for linebackers, honestly. There are a lot of good options. Boomtown says, Max, should the Jets trade for Justin Jefferson? If he wants to be traded, I would. I would definitely do. Like, he's one of the top wide receivers in the market. You know, he's one of the best wide receivers in the market right now. You know, he could be a very good option for the Vikings, honestly. Very good option. What time are you going to bed? Yo, what time are you going to bed tonight, Malachi?
Probably around like
11? Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to probably have my live stream at like 10:30, 10:45. Just
your live stream?
Yeah, do live. I'm going live right now. Right, cool. But I think Justin Jefferson, this is my roommate, guys, Malachi. They can hear me. But I think Justin Jefferson could be a great option for the New York Jets, you know. I understand why he wants to be traded from the Vikings. You know, J.J. McCarthy is a terrible, terrible quarterback. You know, he's not good. He's not a good quarterback. So, Boomtown, I think it could be a very good option. But really, let me break down Brian Duker a little bit. Let me break down the Dolphins' defense with the secondary, and then I will grade it. But let me Brian Duker, Dolphins defense breakdown. Let me break it down right now. But the Jets report by Chat Sports said, so let me do Brian Duker. Let me do Dolphins. Let me break down the Dolphins. He was a safety coach, so let me break down this defense. You know, let's break it down. Not this one. Oh man, let's break down the defense. So breaking down this defense today. So this is the defense that
the Miami Dolphins defense versus the Buffalo Bills, and they were absolutely phenomenal in this game. Dominant performance post snap, really made the has been at a very high level. I think at least the second touchdown is pretty much garbage time. Like really, really good work side of the ball, people. And today we're breaking a film on the Miami Dolphins defense versus the Buffalo Bills, and they were absolutely phenomenal in this game. Dominant per point until the fourth quarter. Like, and I would count like at least the second touchdown is pretty much garbage time. Like really, really good.
So look at these corners. They're playing like wide 4. So really, let's see what he got on. The Dolphins really play wide 5 a lot, like zone defense. You know, they have 7. Do you think Boomtown, Max? Do you think Dolphins will play more of a layering concept or a mesh concept? Probably. I feel it was more of a mesh concept, but really, the Dolphins were the Dolphins DB was trying to cover the Bills receiver. They were trying to cover this. He was trying to cover those receivers. So they're trying to play a mesh concept. So they're really trying to cover it. But I mean, they had their best. I'm just breaking down the best game against the Bills, but I don't think the Dolphins' defense under Weaver was terrible. So I'm just breaking down what they did.
Work. I got to give Weaver so much credit. The defense has been playing better in general the last few weeks. And it feels like they've really figured it out. Like the execution has been at a very high level. I think I made a tweet about this. The zone coverage, like the distribution, how they pass things off, like people squeezing windows, by far the best it's been all year long. Probably the best I've seen in a long time. Like they were making life very difficult on Allen. They would disguise coverages pre-snap to post-snap. Really made them work for every play. Like all their big plays that Buffalo had, like they really had to earn those plays. Dolphins also created turnovers, consistently going for the ball. Shout out to a lot of those guys. Like the defense side of the ball, like everyone, like really showed up pretty much. You know, a lot of good players out there. Liked what I saw. I liked how disciplined they were in their pass rush lanes. Like they confused Allen there as well. They would disguise coverages, drop people back. Pass rush lanes, like they weren't getting a lot of instant pressure. You know, I think Chubb did a pretty good job, but they were, obviously Jalen Phillips is gone, no Chubb Robinson in this game, so they didn't get a lot of quick pressure, but they kept Allen contained, and I think the back end, the secondary, really made Allen hold on to the ball, and I think Weaver and the players deserve a lot of credit for that. And really, just like it was really fun to actually watch it. Similar to last season, the defense has a slow start and then really picks it up. I wouldn't be surprised the defense has a strong rest of the season, at least for the most part. I think one of the biggest positives for not just this game but the future is a lot of the young guys played a ton of snaps. All 3 defensive tackles, all 3 rookie defensive tackles played snaps this one, even Zeke Biggers.
So I really feel like the Dolphins defense, like when they were playing with the corners, they didn't really do a good job covering. We got the Bills receiver got into the end zone for a touchdown. Eli Batts says Chubb could be a potential target for us unless he wants to go to contender. I mean, I could agree with you on that because you played on these guys' defense, but honestly, he's not really good roommate. Oh man, Oscar Grouch has won one. Now, I don't ever forget that your roommates have one of the most legendary figures in Jets YouTube lore. Thank you. But thank you, Boomtown. Have to like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Boomtown. We currently have 102 subscribers, so we're trying to get to 500 by the end of February. So like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Maximaniac Jet Show.
We got Grant and Phillips playing similar amounts of snaps, both making some nice plays. A lot of the impact guys that, are guys who are going to be here for the foreseeable future. Jordan Brooks was phenomenal. Trader, I thought, looked really good. We got Marshall back out there for his first action. I thought he had some good plays. I'm going to do some some more individual breakdowns later in the week. I'm probably going to do Jordan Phillips next because I thought he was really good. But yeah, we're going to start breaking this down early on here. I also made a video on Juju Brents yesterday. He was another player that played really well. A lot of players to give credit to in this one. But this one up front, Bills on a 3rd and short situation early in the game. They, first 2 snaps, they get them down to 3rd and short. Buffalo tries to run the ball. Dolphins just had such a better game playing versus the run, and just good job here. Basically, they're kind of, zone read, tack down, RPO element. Once he sees Chubb not instantly fly down, he's handing this off to James Cook, and I think they do a pretty good job here. I think, Grant gets moved down a little bit, but he kind of spins out of it to at least constrict this long enough, and then Brooks and Chubb are able to converge on Cook at the same time. Just being physical at the point of attack, limiting, yards after contact opportunity. They limited Yak all game long. They were just strong at the tackle point, and they only gained 1 yard here. And since it's early in the game and they're not quite at midfield, the Bills didn't decide to punt. So you get a nice little stop there, 3 and out to start the game. Good job up front by those guys. Just very, very nice start there. You get your next drive going. Like I'm saying, this was something very interesting that the Dolphins did. So they actually motioned. I missed the start of this play, but Juju Brents right here is actually down like in the slot now. He was aligned outside as like the outside corner, but they actually had him follow down into the slot because I think they basically were trying to disguise like it was man coverage. Because usually if your corner follows a guy down in the slot, it might look like it's going to be man. but they basically just swap roles in zone. So while I think he was supposed to be the flat defender in cover 2, they just swap roles. He places the hook. Jordan Brooks goes and plays the flat because, like, why not? Like, if you can do that, playing the flat compared to the hook is actually, easier for Jordan Brooks defensively. It's actually an easier role for him, I think. So it ends up disguising the coverage. Now Josh Allen is a little bit confused. He has no easy options here. He ends up forcing a check down, and Jack Jones, get down, make a tackle for loss, get them into a 2nd and long situation. Really good work there. Dolphins rotating into that cover 2. Really like that sort of wrinkle because you don't see that a lot where you would trust your corner and linebacker to basically just swap zones. But it is possible in a cover 2 situations as long as guys understand their responsibilities, communicating. Here's another good job. Dolphins pre-snap to post-snap rotation. Minka rotates over, showing middle of the field. Tyrell Dodson is showing blitz. He bails out. They rotate into Tampa 2. They gain a bunch of depth. They take away the throws down the field, force Josh Allen to check it down on a 3rd and long. Now, they do get close to converting, but they do make it. So the Bills have to at least.
So really, they're going 3rd and long. So really the Dolphins, like, in this game, they really did a good job with, like, bend, don't break defense. But let's see. But Charles Gorman says Bradley Chubb most likely going to contender. That's true, especially because, like, there are a lot of good contenders in the house. Charles in the house. Yes, sir. Oscar the ground. Yeah, Charles Gorman, if you want to call into the show for a little, we'll talk about some Jets, honestly. We'll talk about some sports. Yes, sir. It is the Charles Gorman in the house.
Try on 4th down. They are making it as difficult as possible, not giving easy completions. Also, good pass rush by Bradley Chubb, working the stunt game up here with Zach Sealer. Knocks 76 on his butt. They do another really solid job there. Not sure why the Bills didn't run a tush push here. They actually faked the tush push and, like, try to roll out of it. Dolphins played super disciplined football. Great work here because, like, this is just good football IQ from Jordan Brooks, these guys off the edge, like Minka, Brents, and even Tyrell Dodson. Like, they understand, like, hey, I'm not the initial D lineman here in the middle. Like, I'm not going to actually have an impact at stopping the initial part of this play. Now, if they slow him down and then Josh tries to bounce it out a little bit, then I can get in there and make a play. But once he recognizes, like, that Josh moves out, boom, Brooks makes an adjustment, knows, like, hey, this running back coming out on the flat, this is mine. I got to take away fast to flat. Brent's there to also help. Tyrell Dodson realizes, like, they have that taken care of. So Dodson just closes, makes Josh Allen, like, forces him into a situation where he has to throw the ball down the field. And then good job by everyone else. Like, Trader knows he's man-to-man on the tight end. He sticks with Dawson Knox, doesn't give him another option. Jack Jones stays with Shavers. And then Minka's downfield with Jackson Hawes, and he makes a great play on the ball. Everyone just does their job in this situation. Very smart football. Want to give credit to Tyrell Dodson because I don't think I mentioned his name yet, but I feel like he's been playing better in recent weeks too. And he was someone I was harping on a lot earlier in the season. A lot of the defenders individually have stepped up, and that has just made the whole unit better. Everyone doing their job there. Love this disguise from the Dolphins. So on the ball, showing like Minka could blitz, Quinn Bell could blitz, Dotson kind of sneaking up like he might, end up coming on the pressure. But everyone pretty much drops back. The initial 4 guys go down. Bell drops back. Minka drops back. And the Dolphins just go into a cover 3, and they do a good job distributing in zone. Like how Jack Jones kind of cheats the inside to take away the initial seam route. I feel like he sees this. They pass this off. Take away here. Minka would squeeze here. Quinn Bell here, but he can pass it off to Dodson. These routes taken away. Now Trader then can cheat to take away that seam route initially. Now Josh Allen has to escape the pocket. Dolphins, I think, did a pretty good job at least containing him. And if he did escape the pocket, they were at least in a position to not allow him to run. They would at least force him to pass. Bradley Chubb, good hustle play. And you get another forced incompletion. Everyone sticks with it, too. That's another big thing is once it turns into scramble drill, find your guy. Tyrell Dodson, find your guy. Jack Jones, stick there. Everyone sticks with their guy. That's a big part. But even this, like, force the Bills to make big plays. Like here, they go play action, hit that back foot, and it's not even like this is badly covered. Josh Allen has to throw within, like usually Josh Allen, not a very anticipatory passer, but here he has to throw with extreme anticipation and ball placement just to get a completion to Kincaid right past Jordan Brooks. Like at least like I'm fine with this being the completion, like them getting a big play off of that where you force the.
So it really shows like the Dolphins play so much more bend and break ladies and gentlemen, in the house right now, we have Mr. Charles Gorman in the house. What's up, Charles Gorman?
Hey, I just want to shout out to Eli Betts real quick. Nice to see you, Mad Max. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
I'm sure you're enjoying this weather, this crappy weather that we're having.
I know, it's cold, terrible. It's very cold outside, Charles Gorman. Very cold. So what do you
just
think?
call me Charles. You don't call me by my full name every time we talk. You can just call me Charles.
Charles, what's your thoughts on the moves this week? The Tanner Engstrand
The defensive coordinator, I don't know much about the bastard. Honestly, as for Joe Brady being hired by the Bills, let's see what he does.
I'm at the offensive coordinator, Frank Reich.
Why, he's the offensive coordinator?
No, I'm at Frank Reich. What are your thoughts on him being the front runner to be offensive coordinator?
He's got experience. He's got experience, but we'll see.
He's good. He's good if you're trying to develop a quarterback. That's the thing, Charles.
I agree with that. I agree, but I like Frank Wright. I thought he did a decent job in Indianapolis for a while, but things went down the tubes after a bit. We'll see, man. We shall see. This is Aaron Glenn's job on the line, man.
I think
this is a make it or break it year for Aaron Glenn. If it doesn't show any signs of improvement, his ass is grass. Period.
That is true. But what do you think of honestly? What do you think, Charles? I think Frank Reich. He was a decent coach for the Colts. It's just
that's what you said.
He just never lucked into the quarterback with He never really lucked because his first year he had Andrew Luck, but then he abruptly retired. He had to go through Phillip Rivers. He had to go through.
Phillip Rivers played well for the Colts in 2020, with all due respect.
I remember with Reich, it was there was a point where he had to coach 5 different quarterbacks and he still went to the playoffs for a couple of years. So he could be a good option as an interim coach, but really his last stint with the Panthers, he was terrible. The
Panthers are a terrible organization, so I can't really fault them there.
Sure, because Tepper was one of the worst owners for a while, but Tepper's slowly gotten better as an owner.
That's probably true.
Right now, Woody Johnson's the worst owner in the National Football League.
Oh, Woody Johnson's a dickhead. The fucking guy decided to raise ticket prices. I wanted to do a video on this where my video was going to be the Jets don't deserve us, and I meant the organization, not the football team. I always felt the organization and football team are two separate entities, but
which I think is stupid, honestly, Charles. And I was talking to one of my friends about this, in the car room. I was why are you gonna raise the season ticket prices? I understand for other sports the Knicks, if you're constantly in the playoffs, I get it, but you've been 15 years out of the playoffs.
They've been terrible.
They've been
terrible, man.
I understand. Dolan used to be one of the worst owners in sports, but then he'd only raise season ticket prices if they're successful. But why would you want to raise ticket prices if you've been crap for the last 15 years? And I'll say the Jets job for journalists and for the beat writers is oh my god, the worst job. You're never gonna cover the playoffs. Other teams, they're just jealous other beat writers are able to cover for the playoffs. And they're able to cover the Super Bowl, but really they cover maybe 15, 16 regular season games. You're not gonna make the playoffs. The stadium half the time is opposing. Did you see that Patriots game, Gorman? It was half of it, 50% of people were Patriots fans. It was terrible.
Well, let me tell you something. Not that I'm trying to defend the Patriots whatsoever, but Patriot fans travel. They could be a snobby fan base, but then again, I'm a Yankees fan, and us Yankee fans can be spoiled too. But the Jet fans have been this team has been so bad that people feel like the Saints back when Archie Manning played for them.
Imagine if you're seeing for these others, if you see fan bases like the Falcons that are not very they don't travel well. Did you see that stadium? I was at the Falcons game. It was I don't know. I'd say 45% of people were Falcons fans at that game. There were a ton of Falcons fans there at MetLife.
At MetLife, that's interesting.
I was at the game, and there was
55 Jets fans, 45% Falcons fans. Correct? That we're gonna.
Yeah,
I did the math correctly.
I'd say there's a little bit more Falcons fans than Jets fans. I'll say that.
That's crazy.
I was actually Corbin. I was at that game with my dad. I was at the game with my dad, and it was there was a decent amount of Falcons fans. So I have a question for you, Gorman. So as a Yankees fan, what do you think of the Bellinger extension? Just if you want to talk about,
I think he's a very good player. He's a good clubhouse guy. It's just that he sucked in the postseason. The only one that showed up in the past postseason was the guy everyone has been criticizing for years, and that was Judge. He went 13 for 26, 13 for 27 with a couple of home runs. I mean, he had a nice postseason, Judge. But I think what I like from Judge is that he's more relaxed now because he's married now. He's going to have another child. You know, I know we Jet fans don't like Buffalo, but I was expecting Josh Allen to be a whole lot better in this postseason because now that he's married, now that he's going to be a father, I expect that to somehow calm his nerves a bit, and it didn't do that. So maybe he should take advice from Aaron Judge. Like, look, man, I've done a lot. I've won a couple of MVPs. I'm married now. I'm going to be a father. I can take the pressure off me now. So, but
Because I'm a
Joe
Yankees
Brady's
fan.
got enough.
I'm not as big of a Yankees fan as you. I'm like more of a casual fan.
That's fine. I've been a Yankee fan since I was 4. Been a Yankee fan since the Joe Torre, Joe Girardi eras. Fuck Aaron Boone. He sucks.
I've been a Yankees fan since I don't really follow baseball. I used to not like baseball, but I don't know. I'm not more casual. Like I like the Yankees since 2024, but I'm more like casual Yankees Mets. I watch the highlights. I watch some games. But I think Bellinger was.
Have you ever been to a Yankees game? That's the question.
I've never been to a Yankees game. I've never been.
I've been to a few. I went to the old stadium in 2008. It was very nice. And I went to a couple of the new stadium. It was all right, but I'm wanting to go.
Is the new stadium nice? Or I've never been to
It's nice, but it doesn't have that charm that the old Yankee Stadium, the old one, the house that Ruth built, quote unquote, that was special. This one, you could probably say, even though this was around before Judge got there, I felt this recently became the house that Aaron Judge felt because he's so great of a ball player, especially during the regular season, and such a wonderful person as well. And plus, the guy's probably one of, if not the greatest home run hitter we've seen in recent years. The guy's going to be the fastest at 400 home runs if he stays healthy this upcoming season. That's the key. But I know Josh Allen was there on the Pat McAfee show when Joe Brady became the head coach. Let's see what Joe Brady does. I know we're not Bills fans. I'm not a Bills fan. Definitely not. But, I want things in the AFCs to be better. We've been in the AFC East for God knows how long, and the AFC East has been shitty for a long time. And, it's been shitty when Tom Brady – people have said this. Even Nick Sean, huge shout-out to him. Maybe he's watching. Maybe he's not. It's been a weak-ass division. Not too many people have competed well enough for the AFC's division title. The last time – how old are you, Mad Max? Are you in your late teens?
I'm 20. I'll be 21 in 2 weeks.
Okay, happy early birthday. The last time the AFC's was wide open was 2008 when Tom Brady went down with that horrific ACL injury against the Kansas City Chiefs. That opened up the doors not only for the Jets, but for the Dolphins, who had Chad Pennington at the time, and the Buffalo Bills. That's the last time the AFC East was legitimately up for grabs.
Eli Bats in the chat says, thoughts on the World Cup in 5 months. So, Charles, what's your thoughts
on the World Cup? I'm not a World Cup. Is that for soccer?
Soccer. My dad's
I'm not a soccer fan, but go USA.
USA is good. I think Germany could be a front runner in the World Cup. I think
Germany's had a very good soccer team for a long time. That I do remember.
My dad's like a Germany. He's from Germany, so he likes
which part of Germany? East or west, north or south?
My dad, he's from Bavaria. He's from a small village, but he lived in Munich. We went to Munich, which is in South Germany. It's very nice though. It's very ancient. It's nice. But MetLife's hosting. Eli Bat says MetLife's hosting the final. Yeah, let's hope Germany. But I know Germany's in one of those groups. I'm not a big soccer fan, but I just know a lot about soccer because my dad's a huge soccer fan. So
hey, I don't blame him. Soccer is more popular in other countries. It's probably more popular in Europe and Eurasia than it is here in America. But I know people consider soccer the real football because you're actually using your foot to kick the ball.
Yeah,
whereas in football, you use your hands.
But Charles, it is growing in America, soccer. It is.
Oh, I know that. I remember when Tim Howard, the legendary goalie for the U.S. team, was there. I remember watching him quite a bit. He was a great goalie for a long time. But as for I want to get back to what Eli Betts said about Bradley Chubb. I liked him. I've always liked Bradley Chubb when he started off in Denver. But I know he gave us hell, especially back in 2023 where he destroyed our shitty offensive line. But if you look at Bradley Chubb right now, obviously, yes, he wants to get paid, but I think he wants a ring. Like he wants to go to a contender. I can definitely see him.
Gamer McCluskey says, Max, did you get the shirt I sent to you? Yes, I was home last weekend for the snowstorm, so I got his t-shirt. Yeah, and so now Gamer McCluskey sent me like a t-shirt when I was live. He sent me one and I was home like last weekend. Like it came in last weekend, and I was just home for because there was like a snowstorm, and there was it was like a massive snowstorm in the area. So I was very concerned over the ice rain, so I just got his t-shirt. Very cool t-shirt. Just wore it yesterday.
That's cool.
I have a final question. So, what are your thoughts on the Yankees for the season? Like, what is your record predictions for the Yankees? And give me your top sports takes for this week because I would love to get some sports takes on there for Jake. Give me your sports takes, just in general, any sport.
I think the Knicks are finally getting better. I know they won against the Toronto Raptors yesterday. They won 119-92. I watched some of the game at one of my local Buffalo Wild Wings in Islin. That was great. Mikal Bridges put up 30 points. That's fantastic. Knicks basketball has been getting better and better and better over the years. Thank the Lord. As for my record prediction for the Yankees, I can't answer that. At this point, I want Aaron Boone gone. Like, at this point, the Yankee organization, I want to do a video on this, but the Yankees, to me, don't really feel like the Yankees, you know? Even though George Steinbrenner was a bit of a wackadoodle, his heart was in the right place. And when he said something, he meant business. And I look at I think the Yankees, never mind just the players, I think more so the coaches and the people in the organization, a good portion of them are soft as hell. I think the Yankees, I definitely do agree with Gator. I think they will most likely make the playoffs. They need to stay healthy, but obviously, you know, hopefully Clay Holmes stays out. Not Clay Holmes, I'm sorry. Garrett Cole, thank you. Garrett Cole stays out because he's an amazing pitcher. I also do like the young guy, Cam Schlittler. He's very good, too. He's got a lot of potential as well. I'll never forget that game against Boston where he recorded 12 or 13 strikeouts, 7 or 8 innings pitched. Like, he was just an absolute dominant force in that game. And then helped us defeat the Red Sox in the postseason for the first time since, 2003?
Boomtown asks, would you consider having Charles on a weekly segment? Yeah, I would definitely. You got to come out more of my show. Maybe as a guest. How many subscribers do you have in your YouTube show right now?
Close to 385.
I have 100 too. How many videos have you posted?
Over 300.
300. Wow. How do you not have as many subscribers? I got like 102 subscribers. Do you like not promote your show as much, or?
I don't really promote my show as much as I used to. I tend to see, you know, I try not to over promote my show because I don't want people to think that, you know, I'm like a glory hog or something like that. But
I was just promote it.
The last video I did was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Shit. Yes, it was. Was it yesterday? Fuck. Yesterday was the 28th, correct?
28th, yeah.
28th, where I uploaded my review of the latest Disney Plus series from Marvel Studios, Wonder Man, which I really enjoyed personally. It stars Yahya Abdul-Mateen, and you may remember this actor, Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley? Nah, never heard of the actor. Is he good?
You never heard of Ben Kingsley? Oh, he's a legendary English actor. He portrayed
Wonder Man. How's Wonder Man? Is it actually good? Because I used to like MCU shows. I don't know. I just feel like the MCU.
Wonder Man, I thought was really good. I thought it was a really good Disney Plus series. It's based on the Marvel Comics character, who was also named Wonder Man. It was also a real life comic book character that was created by Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and I think Don Heck. And he made his first appearance back in the 1960s in the 9th issue of the original Avengers comics.
That's cool. Because honestly, I'm not like a big comics guy, but I used to watch like Marvel when I was younger. Like it was. I
watched Marvel and DC growing up. Hell, I even watched Spawn, the animated series too.
I watched Marvel for but then just like recently the phases has just been terrible. So it's like I just don't want to watch Marvel. It's just been terrible. Thor Ragnarok was like the worst. It's just been downhill, honestly.
Which one, Thor: Love and Thunder or Thor Ragnarok? Because I love Thor Ragnarok.
Love and Thunder was terrible. That movie was terrible. It was too.
Yeah, it was terrible, but I did like they showed Hercules at the end. I'm a huge Hercules fan,
Yeah.
especially the Disney version.
Gamer Clusty says Charles lost a lot of subscribers. when
Yes,
he
I
was
remember that. But then they also came back. They're like, Charles, we love you.
Yeah, that's it. Even on Jake's show, he was like, "Oh, when Gorman became that Colts fan, you got that."
I became Benedict Gorman. I became freaking Benedict Arnold.
Oh man,
That was one of the worst moments of my life.
true.
But I moved on.
Honestly, what did Boomtown 489 says? Would you consider having Charles on a weekly segment? You guys have great chemistry together. What do you
Yeah,
guys
we
think?
do. I mean, I haven't come back yet.
Oh
Really?
man, Nick Shine. Oh man,
I haven't come back yet.
Nick Shine should call on the show. We got the open phone lines. Honestly, we got the open phone lines.
Worse than the catfishing, I wouldn't say that, Gary. That was a shitty moment of my life. That was a fucking stupid ass moment.
Oh, yeah, you going to that draft meetup that Jake Asman's hosting, or is he even doing one this year? Or?
I have no idea. That's up to Jake. I just befriended his mother, which I thought was his sister on Instagram.
What happened? Did you just follow him on social media?
No, she wanted to follow me, and I said sure. And then I said, "Hi, I'm Charles. Are you Jake's sister?" Then I researched her content on Instagram. Like, oh crap, you're his mother. I am so sorry. She said, "Don't worry. I'm a huge fan of yours. No need to apologize. I'm glad we're friends now."
That's crazy. I've never done that because even my boys, I'm like, I wouldn't follow their dads on social media.
Well, she wanted to follow me.
That's crazy. That's the craziest story I've ever seen, Gorman.
Interesting stuff, but she seems like a nice woman.
Seems nice.
I was not hitting on Jake's mom.
Oh man, let's see what Jake Ass is gonna be tomorrow morning when you call on Gorman. Let's see let's see what he reacts to that. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, Charles Gorman, I have a question. Who do you think makes better chicken noodle soup, Jake's mom or your mom, Charles?
His mom only has Facebook. What?
What's up, Charles? How you doing, man?
That's my roommate. Did you hear my roommate, Charles?
Yo.
Hey, where are you, man?
How you doing?
My roommate,
Good, man.
Malachi.
How are you? What's that T-shirt you wearing, dude?
You have your headset on.
Do you want it? You have to get the headphones.
No, I don't need to. I was just saying hi. It's okay.
Oh, that's my roommate, by the way, who walked by. Very good roommate.
What
Malachi.
T-shirt is he wearing?
What t-shirt are you wearing?
This is a T-shirt of an astronaut.
Astronaut.
Oh, an astronaut. That's cool.
What's that called? Into the AM. So I like this T-shirt a lot. Yeah.
It's an AM. I don't know. Were you able to hear my roommate, Charles? Because I had the headphones in. Can you still hear me, or your Wi-Fi is bad?
I can hear you.
Were you able to hear my roommate? Or?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Sounds good. Nah, just because Gator McCluskey says, Max, can you roommate train you at the gym? Oh man, he does a good split. It's just because I box bad. Because I was trying to do that boxing video on the Asman one. I'm probably the worst boxing moves. I was bragging to my college boys. I was showing them that boxing video, bro. They found it hilarious when Beast Breaker was on. That video I showed it to my college boys in college. Oh my god, it was hilarious.
Well, another thing I learned this when I used to take martial arts lessons. When you make a fist, don't do this with your thumb. Keep your thumb closed like this, make a fist. Never go out like that because you'll break your thumb.
True.
And always when you punch, you move your body side to side because then you put some more force into it.
True. What do you think,
Mark? If you just stand there and do this, people think you're like, what the hell is he doing? Just go like
you gotta be like, yeah. Is that better?
Well, instead of just going to yah like Bruce Lee and shit, just move your body side to side, breathe as you're going. Just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Move side to side.
That's how it
Keep
is.
you in good shape.
That's really how it is.
Just keep doing that. Also, practice your kicks.
Like what Gator McCluskey says. Honestly, Charles, you need to get back to taking martial arts lessons. I feel like.
I definitely have. He ain't wrong. I'm not saying Gator is wrong. He ain't wrong. I mean, I haven't taken martial arts lessons in a few years, but I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of good friends there. I remember one time after I took martial arts, I had bloody knuckles. When I went to school the next day, kids looked at me and said, "Did you beat up your brother?" I said, "No, you should have seen the other guy."
Oh man,
I said, "No, I took martial arts lessons and I came back with bloody knuckles."
Gamer Klosky says, Max, you have a Rebecca in your life like Charles?
I don't have Rebecca's not my girlfriend, but we do talk once in a blue moon.
I know some girl named Rebecca from my old school, but I don't talk to her. But there's a girl named Rebecca. Nah, it's all good. Nah, my boys are in college. My boys, I got Charles is in shape, but the shape he's chosen is triangle. What do you think of this? Some Gator McCluskey.
I have no idea what the hell he means by that.
Oh man.
Nick Sean says, "You live in the apartment building, run up the stairs, get in shape, lose 20 pounds by the draft." Good point.
Or go to the gym, Or go to the gym, Like look at my thighs, honestly. Bro, me and my roommate having big thighs and tries.
Your roommate seems like a nice guy, man. What's his name?
Malachi.
Malachi. That's a very nice name. Like Malachi Moore, Malachi Starks.
I propose a challenge for the both of you. What's the challenge, Eli Bets?
What's the challenge, Eli Bets? What's the challenge? Better be something reasonable. Better not be something stupid.
Because we could have the challenge. Just me and my roommate. Like fun fact, Charles. Me and Malachi were random. We were random roommates. Like we were just complete random. But he's cool.
Vader wants to do a stupid Aaron Glenn dance off. Hell no.
Honestly, we could have an Aaron Glenn dance off, bro. I was doing this at Navigators last night. If you don't even know what Navs is, it's a Christian-based Bible study club I go to every week with my roommate.
Max, okay, Eli wants you to gain 20 pounds by the draft. He wants me to lose 20 pounds by the draft.
That's a good one. I can easily gain 20 pounds. Like, look how much I eat and I work out. Yeah, see, I was typing that. Look at Nick Shine. Got the. Oh yeah, Eli Beth says I'm joining you guys. Good job with the Maximaniacs. What are you trying to gain 20 pounds or lose 20 pounds? Honestly, Charles.
What up, Nick Shine? How you doing? I remember him when you were on live.
Is your friend Malachi a sports fan?
He's a Commanders fan.
I'm originally.
Oh, what do you think of? You're a Commanders fan. Wow. Did you like our Ryan Kerrigan? Does he remember Ryan Kerrigan or no?
You remember Kerrigan?
I actually know. What year was that?
Ryan Kerrigan, he was a very good football. I think he's the all-time sack leader in the history of the franchise.
Okay.
His number was 91. Look him up.
91. Gotcha.
He's a Commanders fan, but he's more of a casual.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, he's a casual fan. Oh, okay. Two casuals I got to worry about. Okay.
For my boy Max. Boomtown 89ers. You're welcome, bro. All right, I'll catch you guys. I gotta.
Yeah. He has a class tomorrow early, so I'm probably gonna call the live early because
I got an 8 a.m. so I gotta be in bed soon, so I'm gonna get myself ready. So
I'm gonna get off your show, okay, Max? It was great talking to you. Malachi, great seeing you, man. Stay safe. Keep yourself in great shape.
Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see each other at the Jig maybe at as Maniac watch party. Maybe I gotta introduce you to my college boys if they ever come out. Honestly, Gorman.
No problem, man. No problem.
Have a good, ladies and gentlemen. Charles A. Gorman on the show. So we're gonna finish off the show. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, Maximaniac Jets Show. We currently have 102 subscribers. By the end of the show, by the end of February, my goal is to get 500 subscribers. So thank you for everyone who watched the show tonight, and go Jets.
Yep, let's go. If Mad Max ain't